Men going their own way are leaving women in poverty.
Lacking. Like, we truly need like men content. All the men want to do is get on TikTok or Instagram and lick their lips. We don't need that. Teach us how to change a tire. Teach me how to change my oil. How do I check my tire pressure? How do I build a home? How do I prepare to go to war? Because all this extra content y'all are making, it's not it. We don't need that. We get it. You're cute. You look good, but show me you look good while you're chopping some firewood. Women are out here making mom content, cooking content. What are y'all doing? Standing shirtless in front of a ring light. Pointless. Useless. Do something good for the world. Please teach me something.
Y'all, sign language, shame, insults, guilt, gaslighting, nagging because they need to be right. Men going their own way are leaving women in poverty. An increasing number of women are ending up homeless, especially among single mothers. And as a result, you're now seeing content for women online popping up, shaming men for not working, who are able to take care of themselves. Watch the end of the video to understand why so many women are now ending up in poverty or homeless, and as the global markets are beginning to collapse around us, what the implications of this will be for women going forward. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the very first video.
You don't want to work at the Waffle House. That's embarrassing.
Here, bro. I'm not gonna do that,
like,
bro.
what is you talking about? I'm sick of all this. Oh, that's embarrassing
like,
stuff.
No,
like, what do you mean? We need money.
Bro,
we need money. We need income. We need an income. You're not making no type of money.
I done did a lot of stupid shit in my life. But begging a man to get a job? Baby, that ain't one of them. The fact that she sat there and exposed him on TikTok instead of leaving. Girl, what is so great about this man? Shout out to the girl that said props to all these non-black women who are taking them off of our hands and realizing why black women are so angry. Shout out to that girl. You embarrassing yourself, though. Like, you telling everybody you laid up with this broke boy. We know you working because you was like, it's too much on me. I got too much responsibility. We know you working. Your nails done and stuff, girl. You telling everybody you just so stuck on this broke man. Girl, move the fuck on. You know how many men will jump right on you? Look how you look. You the preference, girl. You the preference. And this is to all the young girls who are sitting there with a broke baby daddy. Let him go. Move on. Use your youth wisely. Like, it's somebody that's close to me, real close to me. And I just keep saying, you laying up with this fat, cheesy, nasty, stank motherfucker who can't keep a job. Y'all laid up in this nasty ass house. I just be like, ugh.
Guys, so they're here complaining and crying because men are going their own way, men are walking away, or the men that are left, the men are the men that are left. That are left are like, yeah, listen, we'll date you, we'll marry you, but we're not gonna work for you. All right, you want they're being left with the low value men. All right. Like I told, the Filipinos guys are going hard. The Filipinos are going hard, putting up YouTube channels, everything. The simp economy is moving overseas. I've said that plenty of times. The simp economy in China has collapsed. All right, you have men either walking away, saying, but we'll become passport bros, go overseas and find someone that way. You know, men are looking for men exploring their best alternatives, or you have men going MGTOW that are completely opting out of relationships, dating, and society, and they're not working. And don't get me wrong, it's not that they don't work entirely. Some of these men work, but they only work just enough to survive and thrive and no more. They're staying at home playing video games and living their best lives, and they could care less about what's happening in society or the world around them. Why would they care for society that doesn't even care about them? I mean, if you look at this on the screen, guys, this article, all right, this is an updated article. Pregnant women are among rising number of homeless in cities. So pregnant women are among rising numbers of homeless people on city streets, with some sleeping rough just weeks out from giving birth. National Women's Hospital Maury midwifery advisor Mahira Winders said she was currently looking at 3 streeties who are pregnant. This is a global issue. It's happening in the United States. It's happening even in places like New Zealand right now. Okay, there are extremely rising rates of homelessness among women, and not just women, not just any group of women, but single women and single mothers All right. So a lot of these single mothers, they're not able to get government subsidies, even in countries that are generous, and they're finding themselves on the streets. She has been treating pregnant homeless women at parks, roadsides, brothels, and rehab centers for about 10 years. The only one in Auckland doing the job. All right. Where are the men? The men don't care. Society doesn't care about men, so men don't give a damn. An Auckland Council report released in 2014 showed there were about 15,000 severely housing deprived people. That's a lot. All right. Just in Auckland. But there are no official figures recording the numbers of pregnant women in the group. So a lot, guys, this is in New Zealand, and the numbers are even more startling in Los Angeles, for example, where you have a rising number of women who are ending up homeless and passing away on the streets. The numbers are startling for Black women. Black women in the United States many of them are passing away on the streets. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. And the main concern for the soon-to-be moms is not usually the impeding birth, but survival. You see, men are natural survivors. Women can handle pain, but they cannot handle suffering. Men are built for suffering. Men are built for suffering to the point that not only will they suffer, but they can thrive despite suffering. Despite suffering. That's why I say, guys, if you're in good health, thank God, because that's more than a lot of people have.
Going on. Rising gas prices, food prices, rising rent. It's harder for millennials to get in homes. Again, this is not to say that it can't happen, but it's just a lot harder. And a lot of the conversations we have online regarding relationships are aspirational, meaning they are based upon maybe the top 10%. But most of us ain't living like that. Most of us aren't in $1 million or a couple of $1 million. Most of us aren't even sitting on six figures. And if we are sitting on six figures, we're in a place like the Bay Area or New York or Chicago, where six figures is basically just minimum wage, when it comes to cost of living. So most of us are not living that high life. Yet we're having these conversations, and there's these expectations, especially put on men. Men should be expected to pay in today's economy, especially given that. And so I think that is a lot of the tension that I've heard. And I just want to hear from y'all.
Guys, the truth of the matter is that they're in denial. They don't want to admit that after M2 scorched the earth. All right? It scorched the earth. The only people that are out there still doing dating and relationships are simps. No man in their right mind is dating in Western society right now, because they mess around and they're going to find out. Most men are more than happy to stay home, play video games, enjoy, eat well, sleep well, poop well, and be the only ones pooping on that toilet too. They don't want to share. Why do you want to even share your toilet? Why should we have to share our toilets, all right? We keep our toilet all to ourselves. Keep it clean, keep it pristine. That's a king's bowl right there, all right? I'm telling y'all, men are done. Men are done with the games. Men are done with the nonsense. And we're seeing a global economic crisis on happening around us right now. The markets are crashing. And where are the men? The men are nowhere to be found. The men have walked away. And of course, you have the simps out here that are coming back, trying to catch men and bring them back to the plantation. But dudes are like, nah, not me. Miss me with that. I'm not coming back. I'm not going back.
Are you married to a man who refuses to provide for you? Are you a woman who has become to be the main breadwinner in your family?
You see, guys, what's happening here is that a lot of the men are also saying, hey, who are married, like, you know what, listen, you said you're big and strong and beautiful, so you can go out there and make the money, and I'll stay home and take care of the house. I'll work a little side job, bringing in income, or I'll live off my savings, live off the interest from my savings doing day trading, so I'll have enough money to play games and live an easy life while you're subsidizing my living. And your money is your money and my money is my money. So a guy can pull in $20, $30, $40, even $50,000 a year, while his wife is pulling in $85,000 or $100,000 a year. And his argument will simply be, well, you're the one pulling in most of the money, so you should be the one paying most of the bills. All right. And, and that's really, you're going to use the same exact logic. And women really have a hard time with this one. Because like I said in another video, we have this group of people called the dinks now, dual income, no kids. And what these people are doing is they're not having kids, but they're living good lives. And men are, for example, if you're a man and you don't have any kids, but you're married, now and your wife is the primary breadwinner. You're in an incredible position. All right. This is men are getting smart. You're putting yourself in an incredible position, because now when you get a divorce from this woman, if she divorces you, you could file for You can file for spousal support. All right, you can get alimony, so you're gonna take half of her savings. She's gonna have to pay. You are a stay-at-home husband, so she's gonna have to pay you alimony for a couple of years at least. If you had a house, she's gonna have to sell the house or buy you out of the house. Guys, it's a crazy world out there. It's a crazy world out there. So if you are a man and you don't have a lot, go out there. You can even trick. A lot of these dudes can trick women. Like, oh yeah, I've got all of this. I've got all this money. Dude doesn't have crap. All right, but they put on a good show. They get married to these women, and then they basically, let the woman start footing the bill. And eventually, with it, there's no prenup or anything like that. And as a result of that, if she cannot get that marriage annulled, now she's gonna have to pay him spousal support. She's gonna have to split up their assets and everything. And these, especially if you're married in a 50-50 state, women have been using this to extract wealth and resources from men for decades. So now men are getting hip to it, and now they're gonna get a piece of that. So he's gonna walk into that. He's gonna be planning his divorce before he plans the wedding, just like most women are doing. All right, and it's gonna leave a lot of women in poverty. Men, the men who are walking away and no longer subsidizing living of women, they're going to leave women in poverty. And the men who are already married and like, you know what? I could build my life off this woman. I'm going to find me a Plan B girl. Yo, men are out here like, I'm going to find me a Plan B girl. I'm going to build my life off her. What's love got to do with it? What's love got to do with it? Just like Tina said. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. Guys, the future of all of this is quite simple. Women ending up in extraordinary destitution as men are going their own way and walking away because they're no longer subsidizing the living of women. In fact, they're basically telling women if they wanted to, they would. All right, they want a date, she needs to pay for the date, and she needs to cash app him. Men are flipping the script because men realize they are the prize. Anyway, guys, what do you think regarding all of this? Men going their own way are leaving women in poverty. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to NWA, men walking away. And cheers.